podcast, So Sweet Violet. My name is Jooles, and this is a podcast about all sorts of makings, really. Lots of crafty things, knitting, sewing, cross stitch, all sorts really. I just want to wish everybody a very, very happy new year. I, for one, am so happy to say hello to 2017 and say goodbye to 2016. So far it's been pretty nice, considering it's January, which is not my favourite month, but it's been quite nice to kind of hunker down and hibernate a bit and just be gentle on myself, really. Yes, so I really hope that 2017 is treating you well too. So today is Tuesday the 24th of January. So it has been quite a while. I've had some podcast wobbles, which it's just hard starting again. I've had a bit of a break and you just start kind of questioning where you sit in the podcasting world and if what I make is of any interest, because there's so many fabulous podcasts out there. I'm really aware that the colour in the background keeps changing, but I'll carry on. Yeah, so I kind of doubting, I suppose, but I think that's just human nature, and I'm hopefully going to carry on podcasting, get through my wobbles and just keep going. So you can find me on Instagram, where I am quite a lot actually. You can also find me on Ravelry and on Etsy and on my blog, where you'll find all the show notes. And I'm So Sweet Violet everywhere, so that makes it nice and easy. Okay, so did you all have a good Christmas? Ours was fairly lovely, a bit bittersweet at times, but quiet, and I feel I really needed the quiet, so that was lovely, and it felt kind of recuperating and nurturing, so that's good. New Year's resolutions. I do, some years I do it, some years I don't. This year I decided not to set myself any resolutions, but I have got a word for the year, and my word is gentle. To be gentle on myself, to be gentle on the people around me, to be gentle to our planet. Just gentle. I think the world needs some gentle right now. It feels quite aggressive. So, yes, that's my word. Do I need to mention anything else before I get on? I don't think so. So let's get on to making. I've had a bit of a sock spurt. In fact, that's really all I've wanted to do is knit socks. Partly because I feel I've tried to cast on other things. I cast on a shawl, I cast on a hat, and I've been going through one of those spells where everything I cast on is either doesn't look nice with the yarn, is too big, just doesn't work. I tried a tubular cast on for a hat and that was ridiculously big and complicated, but I think I followed a YouTube video and I don't think it was for a hat, so I'm not sure. I don't know. I'm going to have another go because I really need to make myself a hat. I've only got a shop bought hat, and quite frankly that's not right, is it? So I do have my yarn, so I will cast that back on. The shawl is going to be frogged because quite honestly it looks horrid. It just doesn't. I think the needle size is too big. I don't know, I'm just not feeling it. I've cast on many and various socks. I'll show you in which yarn. This yarn is absolutely beautiful. Aren't the colours in that just absolutely stunning. Peaches and corals and yellow and cream and specks of really vivid pink, and it's just beautiful. Oh, I love it. And it's from Molly at Homespun House. Now, where can I find the label? It must be in here. Really, I should have been more organised, shouldn't I? I guess I'll find that in a minute. It was from the Harry Potter club that she did. I have so much junk in my project bag. No wonder I can't find anything. Aha! Here we go. With a cable needle in there. Okay, so it's Molly from Homespun House, who is utterly adorable. And it was her soft sock fingering, and the colourway is Weekends at Hogmeads. Hogmead, rather, not Hogmeads. And I loved it so much. The moment it came, which was quite a few months ago now, I loved it. And I had to find something really super special to show it off. So I started with one pattern, and the pattern was just too busy, and I preferred the sole of the sock where it was plain. So that just showed me that it just needed a simple pattern. So I decided to try another fancy pattern. Honestly, this is what I've been going through. Bryony laughs at me because she said, why don't you just do something simple that you know? But I've been trying to push myself and learn new techniques and patterns, and you know, so in the end I decided to do what she said, and I made maybe I should put that on a blocker so you can see. I've got my finished socks on the blockers, so 1 second. Oh, I just love this yarn, it's so pretty. Now I'm going to have to show you the back of the blocker because it's got a small cable just going one side. This side is completely plain. Oh, don't you just love these little blockers, so cute. And there we go, that side's plain. Twist it a bit. There we go. Oh, that yarn. Can you see what I mean about how beautiful it looks? Just stockinette stitch. And I was trying to put in all these fancy patterns and they weren't working, so I should have just realised and just gone with the beauty of the yarn. Anyway, in the end, after 2 failed attempts, quite possibly 3 actually, I decided just to do one. It's just a mock cable, and it's really pretty and really easy. One of the patterns I tried before this one was a cable pattern. Oh, it just feels a faff for socks, you know, because they're quite fiddly, so the cable's always going to be quite small, and I just wasn't feeling it. So this cable pattern I took from, what sock? So I have so many patterns in here because I've tried so many. Yes, I tried all of these patterns, but this is the pattern I went for in the end, and it's called Impossible Girl Socks, which is a brilliant name. This sock pattern, I believe it's free, but I can't be 100% sure of that. And it has a cable. I shouldn't really be showing you what that distance is. And it has a cable both sides, so this side and the inside of the foot. And I decided to just do it on the outside of the foot. So, and I literally didn't use the pattern. I literally used my own made up pattern like I tend to. So I used my Whirlwind Toe, which, as you know, is my all-time favourite. The cable up here, and I used a contrast yarn. I don't even know what that was, I'm really sorry. It was in a mini skein set, but no, I've no idea what it was. It's very pretty. And just did a 2x2 rib, except for this bit here, because I wanted it to link up with the cable, you see? So that's 3 in the centre then. I think there's 3 the side as well. Let me just check. 3. Oh, there's 2 this side. Oh well. It fits in with the cable anyway. So I thought that looks really smart and thoughtful. So that's 1 sock. So I have half a pair of socks made. And I've started the second sock, which I started yesterday evening. There we go. You can see the little mock cable. I love mock cables. It's basically just yarn over 2 stitches. And it's amazing. I love mock cables. So I'm knitting these on my 2.5 higher sharps magic loop. I found my cable actually has gone a bit like, I don't know what to call it, kind of, there's bends in it, but it's very stiff, like creases almost. Can you see down here? I've tried putting them in a bowl of boiling water to soften it up and then kind of smooth it out, but it doesn't seem to work. So if anyone's got any ideas of how I can make this nice and smooth again, I'd really like to know. So yes, so that's my half a pair of socks finished, and I love them, really love them. I love the name, Impossible Girl Socks, and I so love the yarn. It is absolutely perfect. So I think these are going to be my January socks. I'm going to join in again with Kristin's box of socks for 2017. She has the Yarngasm podcast, which I'm sure you all watch. And I didn't actually make it last year. I did make 12 pairs of socks, but I ended up giving a fair few, probably a third, or maybe even, yeah, probably half of them away. But I was new to sock knitting last year, so I think I'll be able to do it this year. So that's what I'm aiming for. And I'm also aiming to only wear hand knit socks all the time. I'm nearly there actually. I have been wearing them. Let me see if I can show you my socks today. Excuse me 1 second. These are pretty. I love these socks. Can you see? These are today's socks. And I love them. And there's nothing like putting a pair of hand knit socks on your feet. It's just like nourishment for your feet. So that's what my aim is, and I think I'm going to be able to do my 12 pairs of socks this year. I think lots of people are joining in again. So anyway, that's, what are we, the 24th? Might not get them finished quite for January, but I certainly will count them as my January socks. So that's, let me put all my patterns back in because I have, as you saw, a million, and I'm going to get in a pickle if I don't. Okay, so that's those, my Impossible Girl socks. Also, on my needles, is a pair of socks for Bryony. Yes, I have been in very sock knitting mode, that's for sure. I just find them really easy. Now I know how to knit them. It's just so much easier to just pick them up and just go for it. Right, so these are my socks for Bryony. Oops, I'll put it on a blocker in a second. So pretty. This yarn is Mrs. Tiggy Winkle by the lovely Diane from Elm Tree Yarns. She's knitting bunting on Instagram as well. I've almost finished this sock. Let me put it on the blocker. I've just got to Kitchener the toe, which I'll be doing with the crochet method that I've mentioned before, because I'm not very good at Kitchener. I don't like Kitchener. There we go. See the colours. It's pinks and browns, blues. And this gorgeous pattern is by, let me get my proper pattern out so I can give you all the details. Okay, it's Sugar Frost Socks by Vanilla Wool. And I followed her Instagram feed. Isn't it weird how when you hold something up it really changes the colour of everything? But I followed her Instagram feed for a long time now, and she has such pretty pictures on there. think it's just vanilla wool if you want to go and have a look, but she's such a lovely lady. And this pattern as well, she's published it for free, so I think that's so nice. And they're beautiful socks, and it's just a really easy pattern. It's mostly just knit, and there's just a row every now and again with knit on power, and it looks so pretty. And I followed her pattern completely, which, as you know, is very unlike me, but her heel is super. I really like the heel. It's really a neat finish. Isn't that lovely? And I've even done her toe. I thought I ought to follow patterns a bit more this year so I can learn new techniques and new ways of doing things. So yeah, I just got to Kitchener, the little hole there. Looks like a mouth. Hello. And it's so pretty. I love Mrs. Tiggy Winkle. Sometimes I think I am Mrs. Tiggy Winkle. I have so much laundry. It just, where does it come from? Honestly. And since we've had our bathroom redone, I've got a much smaller laundry basket because it goes in the cupboard. And it literally, everyone seems to stuff things round the corner behind it. I do laundry almost every day. I don't understand it. Never mind. That's life, isn't it, I guess. So they are, not quite sure what I'm going to call them, but they are Sugar Frost socks. I'll put the link here so you can go and have a look, because it's really, I highly recommend this pattern. It's really simple, but really very pretty. There we go. So they are for Bryony. She does very well, I think, out of socks that I make. I'm still in love with my bunny blockers. They're super cute. And again, I'm knitting these magic loop on 2.5 magic loop. I'm thinking I might go down to 2.25 actually. I think my gauge has loosened a little bit since I've been knitting longer. Because I do tend to make my socks too big. I haven't been showing you my project bags, have I? I think I like to see people's project bags. Okay. So Bryony socks are in my gorgeous little bobbins bag, and my Impossible Girl socks were in my mermaid bag that I made. I think quite early on when I started knitting socks actually. Okay, I have another pair of socks. Oh, these are beautiful as well. These are knit out of a beautiful skein of yarn from the Wool Barn, I believe. No, not from the Wool Barn. Oh, from gorgeous Tracy of Nora George. And I love Tracy. I feel like I love everybody at the moment. It's that feeling, you know, when you've had a few drinks. I just love everybody, and I feel a bit like that today. Filled with love. So yes, I'm knitting these from Nora George yarn, which was gifted to me so kindly by a beautiful friend of mine who, she's not on social media. I wish she'd come back. But she's super lovely and so thoughtful. So she gifted me this yarn. Isn't that the loveliest colour? Let me show you in a skein. Oh, I didn't realise I'd started the other one. Wow. This is the colour. It's really my colour. Soft lilac. And it's a 3-ply yarn from Nora George. And everything from Tracy is... Can you see that? Mm-hmm. Everything from Tracy is just to die for. I love everything she does. And so I'm knitting some more Sugar Frost. Was it Sugar Frost? The last one, same. I better check. Sugar Frost socks. My brain is so forgetful. Yes, Sugar Frost socks. So I'm knitting another pair, but these ones, because the actual pattern is cuff down, which I'm doing, even though I love toe up. So the pattern is cuff down, so I decided to make a pair toe up. I think I've already knit them a bit long, and this is something I keep doing. I keep making my socks just a tad, probably like a centimetre too big. So I'm going to tink back a few rows, and then I'm going to put a fish lips kiss heel in. But I've done, on these, I've done my whirlwind toe again. Same stitch pattern, which you can see a bit better on this sock because the yarn is just a tonal. Such a pretty pattern. Can you see? I really love it. And I just carried one round under the toe. I'm not sure why, but I think it looks quite cute. Again, 2.5 magic loop. Oh yeah, I also tried knitting on the 9-inch circulars. Not good. I think my hands, I do have quite big hands, and I think my hands hated them. Didn't get on with them at all. I may try again, but probably not. I really like Magic Loop. I tried DPNs, didn't like that. Magic Loop is my preference. I think my preference is toe up socks, whirlwind toe, fish lips kiss heel for ease, but I think I prefer heel flap and gusset, and 2.5 magic loop, but I think I'm going to go down to 2.25 and give that a go. But that's definitely my preferred method, toe up as well. So yeah, I love these. So I've got a lot of socks on the go, 3 pairs, and I've got 2 pairs to show you that I finished. So exciting, and I hadn't realised that I'd actually, oh, there's a little model in here. Different pair of needles, I think these are Addy. I think I've actually run out of sock needles because I'm making so many. Started the second one. I blame Rhonda, Birdie Butterfly, for all my sock cast-ons because she posted this gorgeous picture, I mean all her pictures are gorgeous, on Instagram, and it was all her sock works in progress. I think she had about 8, and if you've ever seen Rhonda's Instagram feed, she has the most beautiful yarns. She has gorgeous taste. I aspire to be like her. And I thought, now that's a good idea. So I cast on loads of pairs of socks. And I like it actually. I think having 3 pairs on the go is good. And I think I'm going to stick to that because I like having a pair of socks at the easy bit, you know, like knitting up the foot or knitting up the leg for when I get in the car or if there's a really good film on so that I don't have to concentrate. But I also like concentrating. I don't necessarily like vanilla socks because I find them a bit, even if the yarn is insanely gorgeous, I find them a bit of a drag. I need something to kind of spur me on. Like, I guess if it's stripes, that would be fine, but a little bit of pattern like this cable and my Impossible Girl socks, just something to go, oh, nearly at the next cable, or I'm nearly at the next stripe, or I'm nearly at the next pattern row. I need that. It makes me knit quicker, I think. Not that necessarily that's good, but makes me knit more because I'm enjoying it more. So that is good, isn't it? Okay, so that's all my socks. I'm making such a mess. The other work in progress I've got, this is my in the making, so I should say the other thing I have in the making is my patchwork, can't even remember what I called it, my patchwork square blanket, maybe? I've not fallen in love with this yet, although I'm desperate to. I started it 3 weeks ago maybe, and I think I did those 4 in a weekend. I didn't find it that easy. It took me quite a few starts to get going. I mean, I love the look of it, although this one, which is Shy Violets from Sweet Sparrow Yarns, my friend Julie, who is beautiful, looks bigger than the others, doesn't it? It looks longer. It's not, it has exactly the same amount of stitches. Is that because I knit it looser? or because it's thicker yarn, but I really don't think it is. And I'm worried that when I go and pick up stitches to put a block either above or below, then it's going to pucker. And so it's put me off really. I've been a bit scared of knitting lately. Stupid, eh? But I do love it, and actually showing you has made me love it more. This is, I made some socks for the lovely Heather, Pink Milk Heather. Can't remember offhand actually what colour that was. This is Tiffany by Yantan Tetherer. This was Shy Violets by the lovely Julie at Julie Rose Sews. And this, I believe, is Kate Celine. I think it was a mini I had from her. And actually, Kate has got this gorgeous podcast. I'm literally all of a sudden such a fan of her. She is the most, well, say all of a sudden, I knew about her and I knew about her yarns, but I didn't know her, if you know what I mean. But I've been watching, she has a few podcasts out, I think not many. She is gorgeous. So lovely and quirky and fun to watch, and I love her aesthetic. She's really fun and gorgeous colours. Look at that, isn't that the most beautiful colour? It's very like my Impossible Girl socks actually. I really love those pinks and oranges and yellows together. I think I'm dreaming of spring. So yes, I have started it. I'm using, if I can remember, 45 stitches. That's how many stitches I cast on. If you cast on half, pick up the other half. I can't tell you because I can't remember, sorry. So I think I need to carry on because it's not much of a blanket. Might be a blanket for a runner bean, but that's about it. So that is my other in the making. And I think that's it. Now I need a sip of tea because I've chatted a lot already, haven't I? This is my beautiful Jane Hogburn mug, and it's got a gorgeous snowdrop. I love this mug. And I'm drinking spiced apple tea. And talking of snowdrops, on our walk this morning, Mabel and I came across some bulbs shooting up, some little shoots coming out of the ground, and that's so nice to see. It was so cold this morning. I think when I left my house it was -3, and then when we got to our walk it was -1, but it looked, if you didn't know how cold it was, it looked like spring is just around the corner, and that's nice. Yesterday we went for a walk and we could hardly see a thing, it was so foggy, but beautiful, really mysterious and pretty. But yes. Do you know, I'm just thinking, since the last time I podcast, I really do feel happier inside. I can kind of tell when I podcast. I don't even know why. But that's good, isn't it? So, in the planning. Okay, so I've told you about my shawl. I'm going to frog that. And I'm going to cast on the bumblebee shawl, which is the one that I'd planned to do all along. But then thought about it and thought it might be a bit big. But it's nice to have a big shawl actually, isn't it? You know, when you're knitting in the evenings and it's a bit chilly, I think it's nice to have a big shawl. So I'm going to cast it on. That's what I bought the yarn for. So I think that's what I need to do. So I'm going to start the shawl again. I'm going to knit myself a hat because I need one, and I have the loveliest pom-pom you've ever seen to go on the top, which I might show you next time if I've started the hat. Continue with my cozy patchwork blanket. I think that's what it was. I've had another issue. I've been too afraid to cast on a sweater. I know. So I'm going to cast a sweater on, and it's going to be the owl sweater. I've showed you all the yarn before and the pattern before, still not cast it on. I'm going to cast it on. So the next time I podcast, I'd have cast on a hat, You never know, I might finish the hat, maybe. Cast on a shawl, cast on my owl sweater, and done a bit more on my cozy patchwork blanket, I think. Oh yeah. Also, the gorgeous Kay from Bakery Bears. You all know Kay, and Kay is one of the loveliest people. She's brought a new pattern out, prairie socks, and I literally was stalking her so when she was going to publish the pattern, because it's so pretty. So they are going to be my next cast on, along with some Valentine socks. Yeah. Shall I show you the yarn I'm going to use? Excuse me a second. These are going to be my Valentine socks. Oh, how pretty. And this is Sweet Dream by Berenvuller with Vicky's the dye there. She dyes beautiful things as well. So they're going to be my Valentine socks, and I'm also going to cast on some prairie socks, possibly in a paler colour, maybe very much like these, because I don't think you can beat them. Kay is just designed that pattern, it's just perfect. There's no beating that, is there? It's perfect in every single way. And they're her prairie socks, which is a paid for pattern, so I can't tell you anything about it. But I'd say go buy it, because I'd say it's a perfect sock. Nice little bit of pattern. Gorgeous heel, look, it's got one of those, I think it's Ive Partridge. I don't know, I probably got that wrong, but absolutely gorgeous, clever Kay. So, oh, that's a lot to cast on. A sweater, a shawl, a hat, Valentine socks and prairie socks. That might be a bit ambitious, unless I don't podcast for 6 months. So that is in the planning. I think that's everything. Oh, and something else. I really want to join in with some knit-alongs. There's 2 happening at the moment that I really want to be part of, and that is Amber from Maker's Haven and Molly from A Homespun House. They are hosting an ornament knit-along. I think it's a knit-along. Maybe it's a craft-along. But anyway, basically, you make an ornament every month throughout the year, and at the end of the year you have 12 ornaments, which sounds so lovely, and I love handmade ornaments. And I tend to send a Christmas ornament to my best friend in Australia each year. It's our little tradition. And I just think they'd be really nice kind of little stocking gifts for next year. Gosh, talking about Christmas for next year already. I found some really nice patterns. If you're interested, on Ravelry, I've done a little collection of ones that I might like to knit. I think the first one I'm going to make is called 3 French Hens, but I think I'm just going to make 1 hen. But both Amber and Molly have both started making, and it's so cute. Amber's made a little sweater. What's Molly made? Oh, Molly's made some bunny nuggets. And what else did Molly make? Can't remember, but they're all so gorgeous, and I really, really want to join in because it sounds really good fun. And there were so many cute little patterns. I like making little things, you know, small needles, fine yarn. They always turn out so cutely. Cutely? You know. So that's one knit-along I want to join in. So that's another thing I need to cast on, because I haven't done a January one yet. Although I know what I'm making, I haven't made it. And also Katie from Inside Number 23. Get well soon, poor Katie. She's doing a year-long Harry Potter cowl. And so I thought I could enter my Impossible Girls socks because they are Harry Potter inspired yarn. And also Casey from Casey's Musings, I think I've got that wrong, but I'll put it down here, is hosting a sock along using stash yarn. So I think I can enter for that as well. So that's really exciting. I'm going to be planning an along as well, but I think it might be March because I go on a holiday at the end of February. I don't want to start it before, so, but I'll tell you more about that next time. Okay, so that's all in the planning. Okay, finished things. God, how many finished things? 4, 5, 1, 2, 5 finished things. Okay, first of all are my Christmas Eve cast-on socks, which I have worn. I think you can tell a little bit. I love these. They're so, so pretty. And I followed the pattern for these too. Exactly, I think. I'm getting good, aren't I? So this pattern is by the gorgeous Helen from Curious Handmade, and it's her vintage fairy lights pattern. So pretty. They're the little fairy lights here. So pretty. And this is all rib, and it's really, really comfortable and kind of hugging around your foot. So they are really pretty. Follow the toe, I followed the heel, which is super lovely, and I'm in love with these. Really, really in love with these. They're super comfy. I really enjoyed them. Love the yarn. And the yarn, of course, it was Tracy from Nora George again. Oh, see, I do love her yarn. She knows I love her too. As I say, I love everyone today, but Tracy, love you. Nora George, and it's Candy Cane, and it was a set with a green for the heels, toes and cuffs, but I decided just to do them one colour because I thought they were quite fancy anyway. Still love my bunnies. Gorgeous, aren't they? I feel very spoilt to have all these hand knit socks. I love those. And there's the other one. And I also made, can't remember when I started these. I think they were my Christmas Eve cast on, my vintage fairy lights, and these were my Christmas socks, which I knit before, I think. Aren't they pretty? And this pattern is by the lovely Abby from Abby Morris Designs, who's also started a podcast. She's only done one and she's so delightful. So that's Abby Morris Designs. You can find her on YouTube, I believe. And did I follow this pattern? No, I did my own toe. I think this pattern is toe up actually, so I obviously did my own toe and then followed the pattern, probably. Can you see the dots? I don't know really. Can't really pick them up like that. I think it's better like that. Oh, so pretty. And the yarn is absolutely stunning. And the yarn was by, or is, by the gorgeous Amber, who is a total delight. It says on here Simple Love, but she's since changed her name to Maker's Haven. And the yarn is I Saw Mummy Kissing Santa Claus. And she makes the most beautiful bags. Everything she touches, I feel like she adds sparkle to everything. You know, some people just have like a little bit of extra magic. That's Amber. And I used a mini skein for the toe and heel, but actually I really can't remember what it was. Might be on my Ravelry notes. Actually, I think that, yes, this is Nora George. Tracy again. Can't get enough of Tracy's yarn. It was one of her minis out of the autumn mini skein set, I think. Don't know what colour it's called though. Oh, so pretty, and I still love my bunny. And there's the other one. So I have lots of socks. Also, oh, I need a drink. So much talking, so much to say. Okay, also Now let me think. Beginning of January. Yes, beginning of January we had a new baby. Not me, although I'd love one. I'd love one in the day, not at night. That would be nice. I do love babies. Anyway, we had a new baby born into the family. I haven't seen him yet. He's called Arlo, and I made this for him. Oh, isn't that cute? Such a sweet pattern. I saw the lovely Kate from the Loop and Bar podcast make this before, and it's called the, get it right, Perperum cardigan. Okay. I think this is a free pattern as well. It's amazing, isn't it, how there's so many wonderful free patterns. I think it's so generous of the designers to do that. And it's adorable, absolutely adorable. When I made it, I didn't know if it's going to be a boy or a girl, and I thought duck egg was gorgeous for either. And I used, if I can find it, I've got some gorgeous yarn to show you in a while. This is a yarn, which is Debbie Bliss Rialto DK. It was, I remember on the website it's called duck egg, but it doesn't say on here, it's just got a colour number. 100% wool, but it's super soft, next to the skin soft, and I'm really sensitive to wool. Added some little mother of pearl buttons, because I don't think you can beat a mother of pearl button. I just love them. And it was really quick to knit, really fun to knit, and very simple. And when I have grandchildren, I'm going to be making lots of those because they're cute. I just love it. So that's for little Arlo, along with a gorgeous little cuddly toy that I bought him. I think that was everything, and that was a DK. That was a DK yarn. So that was really fun to make, and I enjoyed that. I also made some wrist warmers for a special friend of mine, and they were called, did I show you? I may have shown you those in my last podcast, but they're called A Time to Reap, and they're really pretty. I love them, and I really want to make them again. And they are made from sock yarn, full ply fingering, you know. Just a little detail here and some patterning here as well, and just has a thumb hole, so the fingers come out and just a thumb hole. So they were lovely. I enjoyed making them. I'd like to make more of those. And I haven't got them because they gifted them, but I'll pop a picture in here so you can see them. So the last of my finished things is sewing related. I was contacted by the company So & So, which sell gorgeous fabrics and notions and things, to see if I would like to try out the new Tilda range called Bumblebee. Yes! To start with, I adore Tilda. I have a huge stash of Tilda, and I absolutely love her designs. The patterns are exquisite. I must make some project bags using some Tilda. I will do that. Anyway, this new range is called Bumblebee, and you know my love for bumblebees and Bryony's love for bumblebees, so of course I said yes. And so it was a blog hop, and I think there were about, not sure completely, but I think there were about 8 of us doing it. And there's a link, if you go to my blog, you can read more about what I've made and link to the other ladies who made things as well. But we're allowed to make whatever we like. We're sent a little bundle, I think 4 or 5 fat quarters. Well, that's what I was sent. I couldn't choose, just they send whatever they would like to send. But they're all gorgeous, so it wouldn't have mattered. And I decided to rekindle my love for English paper piecing. So I made this cushion. You see, this is the new fabric line. Beautiful. You see the little bee there and there. This is my favourite fabric, this one here, and I've ordered some of this fabric. It looks actually the same colour of this bit. The background is cream, and I thought they'd make such pretty project bags for my shop, so I've ordered some of that, so that's going to be happening. But this is the cushion I made, and I'll show you closer. Cross stitched a little bumblebee. I made Bryony a quilt 2 or 3 years ago now, and I dotted this bumblebee cross stitch over her quilt because, you know, she's mad on bumblebees. So it's a really cute little bumblebee, and of course he's zipping around, flying about, and why can't I think of that word? I etched it in bias binding, and I think that looks cute. Finish it off nicely, and the back is just an envelope style back. And I thought to myself, oh my goodness, this will make a perfect gift for a friend of mine. And I was just chatting about it one day, and Bryony said she thought it was for her, and so I didn't have the heart to give it away because she's fallen in love with it, and she's hoping to get her own home later this year, so I'm going to keep it for Bryony. But it just made me realise making this how much I love making these cushions, and I thought I might make some for my Etsy shop. Not quite sure when, but I think I always make things for my shop that I enjoy making and I personally love, so I think I'm going to make some. So if anyone's interested, keep your eyes peeled. Look at that little bumblebee, so cute. So yep, that's my last finished thing, I think. It is. I'm just going to have a quick drink because I'm very thirsty. Okay, so on to From My Postie and From Father Christmas. This necklace, let me come a bit closer so you can see. This necklace is so pretty. Pete got it for me for Christmas, and I really love it, and it goes, oh, I didn't say, did I? I'm wearing my Celine cardigan today. I should have said that in the beginning. I'm rubbish at this. So this is from my Petey, and I love it. So pretty. It goes lovely with my Celine cardigan. Ta-da! It's gone a bit bobbly, but I think that's just the nature of the fabric, I guess. So that was from Pete. I think it was from Nest. Is it Nest Pretty Things? She has beautiful jewellery. And I got lots of lovely things for Christmas, but I'm only going to share a few here because I don't want to bore you. Bryony, amongst other things, made me this. How cute is that? She's so clever, honestly. I know I'm her mum and I'm biased, but she's so clever, and it took her ages. There's a lot of stitches in there. Whoops, it's cross-stitched, by the way. How cute is that? Is that a greenfinch? I should know. She did tell me. And it's stuffed with lavender. And she got the pattern from, I believe, What Delilah Did, one of her books, which are lovely. Isn't that cute? Oh, I love handmade gifts. They're really a treasure, aren't they? George, I was astounded, bought me yarn. He knows me well. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? This is from Blueberry Barn Designs, which is a UK dyer, which is really lovely to know. There's Blueberry Barn Designs. She's in Derbyshire, and she's on Etsy, Blueberry Barn Designs, and she's got a website. Isn't that beautiful? And the colourway is Damson Mist. Really love that. I think it'd make a really pretty hat. So that was from my Georgie, which I love. Did I get any other gifts I was going to show? Oh yes. I have on, I think it's on Pinterest, I have a board where I pin things that I would like, so to give mostly Pete ideas of what he could get me maybe for Christmases and birthdays and things. And normally he looks through with Bryony and it's all the things I've pinned that I love, and he'll go, no, I don't fancy getting that. No, I don't fancy getting that. And Bryony says to him, well, Mum's put it on there because she'd really like that. He says, no, I don't fancy getting that. But anyway, this year he blew me away. First of all, this necklace was on my wish list. He got that. Then I'd forgotten even that I'd added this. He bought me a gorgeous wooden yarn swift from Meadow Yarns. Oh, it's a dream, absolutely a dream. I had like a metal, like a washing line that kind of springs up, and it was really cheap, and I shouldn't have bought it. I should have bought one to last from the very beginning, but I didn't, which I'm annoyed about because I really want to be more thoughtful of things I bring into my home that are long lasting and more natural. And not buy things because they're cheap, because they don't, well, some things do obviously, but they don't last. My yarn swift that I bought that was cheap has got bits broken and it's just not very good. But anyway, I'd pinned this gorgeous yarn swift. It's a tabletop one, as I say, from Meadow Yarns, and it is heavenly. So I've got a little video of me winding some yarn, which I'll pop at the end so you can see it. So I was absolutely thrilled and very touched that he'd actually got something from my ooh yes please board. So yeah, lovely. I was really spoiled, which is good. Okie dokie. Oh yes. This, I was very spoiled with this. This is from my niece, who was very naughty to spend so much money. But I had a lovely time filling up her stocking with all handmade gifts. And she doesn't have much money. And, you know, I'd have been so happy with a hug, because the joy for me was making her all these lovely handmade gifts with my love, considering she'd had such a really tough year. But she went out and she bought me, she went to a little wool shop close by, she bought me this bag filled, she chose them all herself, even though she doesn't knit. Just one more roll. No, just one more row. And so in this bag she has chosen, now these are the same so I can show you those. Aren't they pretty? This is Sublime Superfine Alpaca. Is it alpaca? Alpaca DK in these colours. Honestly, she's such a sweetheart, but she's very naughty. She obviously gets pleasure in buying people things as well, because when she gave it to me, I could see the excitement on her face, and it was so lovely. She also bought me a Rowan Kids Silk Haze, which I'm not quite sure what to do with. Maybe I could strand it with another yarn. If anyone knows of anything I can knit with this, maybe you could give me some suggestions, because I've never used this kind of yarn, but I'd love to. Obviously I've got it as well. And this is Debbie Bliss Angel. I've got two different greens. And she bought me two, what are they called? Sour Ball. How gorgeous are they? So I'm guessing this is sock yarn. Let's see. Must be sock yarn. But aren't they going to make the most beautiful socks? Look at all the different... Oh, it's crazy. It's crazy. They are going to look so beautiful. I may take those when I go on holiday, actually, one of those. I've got another one. Honestly, she spent so much money, naughty girl, but I'm really, really touched. This one seems a bit thicker. Oh my goodness. She knows me so well. Look at those beautiful colours. This one seems thicker than that one. Never had one of these, so I'm not sure. I guess I can look later. Oh, hang on. 2-3mm. No, must be the same. So pretty. She is such a honey. She is... Oh, I'm so proud that she's my niece. She's just a gorgeous girl. Anyway, naughty but gorgeous. So that was everything I'm going to show you that I received for Christmas. I need another drink. I had the most incredible surprise through the post a few weeks ago, maybe 2 weeks ago. A parcel from Kay from the Bakery Bears. Honestly, Kay is a beautiful, beautiful lady, and she just wanted to send me some minis for my blanket, which is not going that well. But I need to crack on, don't I? And she wanted to send me some minis for my blanket, and I was so touched. I mean, how kind is that? But you wait till you see this. Hang on, let me gather it up like it came so I can show you in its full glory. This is a delicate operation here. Okay. Oops, are you ready? Look at this. How... Oh, honestly, I don't know what to say. There are no words to describe my happiness when I opened this. It's just like the happiest mail you could ever get, isn't it? I believe this one, I think I've got the right one, is Sugared Almond, which is one of Kay's yarns that she dyes. She dyes some fantastic colours, so pretty. But aren't they gorgeous? Let me see. Oh, I love them all so very much. I have no words, they are just stunning. And look at the fabric, she wrapped them in fabric. So pretty. I was so overwhelmed and touched, really deeply touched. What a kind thing to do. Thank you so much, Kay. I gaze at them. I just love them so much. I can't wait to use them. And I also want to send all my love to you and to Dan and to Bryony, and sending lots of happy, positive thoughts to you. But thank you so much for those. I literally love them. Okay, still from my postie. I'm such a lucky girl. I entered a giveaway on Instagram from, let me get all the bits and pieces I need, from Peggy May Yarns, and it was to win a skein of yarn. I won! I won, honestly. It's so exciting. I won this. Isn't that pretty? It's got a bit untidy because I've been admiring it a bit too much. It's gorgeous, kind of aqua, blue, pink, turquoise, cream, lovely. And it's called Confetti. So Peggy May, she's on Instagram, and I don't know if she has a Etsy shop. Oh, look, peggymayyarns.co.uk, there we go. It's absolutely beautiful and I love it, so thank you so much. Gorgeous, gorgeous. Just lately I've been thinking about wanting to support more British based dyers. I think maybe a few years ago it was really hard to find beautiful hand dyed yarn here, and it was always from the States or Canada, which you have such amazing choice, honestly. But I think we're getting really good, and there's some fantastic dyers in this country. I've already mentioned Tracy, there's Elm Tree Yarns. Oh, there's just a ton, isn't there? And I was having a look on Etsy. I really wanted to buy some yarn, and because my ban had ended. Do you remember Bryony put me on a ban until the 10th of January? But I think I waited till possibly the 15th of January. So good. And I went looking on Etsy, and I narrowed it down so that it was only UK, and I found some amazing UK dyers, and I favourited them. I think if you go on my Etsy shop, I think you can see my favourites. So there are quite a few British yarn dyers I favourited there. And I came across a shop called Pondersome Badger, and she only had 4 skeins in her shop and no sales, so I think she must have recently opened her shop. The colours she had are mind-blowingly beautiful, so I was going to order one, but I couldn't choose between 2 of them, so I ordered 2. And she contacted me to say thank you for being my first customer on her Etsy shop, and she was tickled pink. So that was so nice, and we had a little chat, and I said to her, do you mind if I show them on my podcast? So she said, yep, that's absolutely fine. So I'll show you, hang on. So this one is Quiet Optimism, and look at her little logo. Isn't that, oh my goodness, it's so cute. Pondersome Badger, what an amazing name for a shop. And Sarah is the lady behind Pondersome Badger. What's that there? Oh no, the thread. It's a bit poppy, isn't it? Oh, ignore the thread. There we go. Oh, it's absolutely stunning. I noticed she's got a few more skeins in her shop, but she's obviously quite small scale at the moment, unless she sells elsewhere, I'm not sure. But she's just also started an Instagram account, and she's Pondersome Badger on there as well. There'll be links to her shop in my show notes on my blog. Isn't that the most gorgeous, gorgeous colour? Quiet Optimism, and isn't that a lovely colour to start January? So that's skein number 1. This one is called Cheeky Cocktail. Oh, it's so pretty. Oh, it's like pinks and peaches and yellows. And a bit of green there too. Don't know what's going on with me with this colour at the moment. Oh, heaven. They are both 80% superwash merino and 20% bamboo, and they're really, really soft. I adore them both. Let's see there. So I just wanted to give her a shout out because her yarn is insanely gorgeous, and it's quite a plump. I was reading that, so it's going to say DK. It's quite a plump 4-ply as well, so I think it'll make some super, super squishy socks. So I was thrilled to find her, and I absolutely love her name, love her yarn, and she's gorgeous as well. So yes, I think that's all my From the Postie goodies. What have I got next? I just wanted to, this is in other news, I just wanted to mention that I've updated my Ravelry page. Oh, no, not my Ravelry page, our group's page. And I've added a welcome thread, so you could just pop along and say, hi, this is me, a little bit about yourself maybe if you want to, or just hi, anything would be gorgeous. I'd love you to come and have a chat, and I really want to be more interactive. So yeah, please pop over and say hi in our welcome thread. I've also opened another thread called, let me just double check this, Knitting Haven. I was trying to think of a clever name. Kate from Loop and Bar, who I adore, Her thread like that, kind of just a chatter thread, is called the Knitting Lounge, and I think that is so clever and good. And I wanted something kind of similar, but I couldn't think of anything. So at the moment it's called Knitting Haven. So it's like a little haven for us to go in, just chatter about whatever we want, our knitting, our New Year's resolutions, our sewing, great podcasts, anything you like. So pop along to the Knitting Haven thread and just chatter away. Unless anyone can think of a better name, that's what it'll stay. So if you can think of a better name than Knitting Haven, let me know. So that's our basic chatter thread. So hopefully I'll see you over there. My last section today is shop news, and I've been really busy and really loving being really busy. I have been making some Valentine bags for my shop, but before that I made some party bird bags for the Woolly Thistle. That's Claire, and she's on Instagram as the Woolly Thistle, but she also has a website, and she's in the States, and she specialises in, I believe she specialises in yarns from the UK and things that are hard to get in the US from the UK. And she asked me if I'd like to collaborate with her and make a bag that she can sell exclusively through her shop. So I made a batch of bags for her, and I can put a sneaky peek here in actually. I haven't got a photo, which is really silly. I haven't got a photo of the whole bag, but I've got kind of a sneaky peek. And I found some gorgeous fabric, which is this colour. As you know, I like it. And it had thistles on it, so I thought that was perfect, and so did Claire. So I made a batch of bags and sent them out to her, and they'll be going for sale whenever she announces that. And also I've been making Valentine bags, Lovebird Valentine bags for my shop. So I'll give you a quick look at those. I've made a fairly big batch, and I plan to have more bags this year. I love making them. I have so many ideas, and you all seem to really enjoy them, so that makes me really happy. So for my Valentine bags, they are a take on the Party Bird bags because you just love them. A little birdie carrying a heart. Oh, so cute. I love this birdie. And on the back it says a love story, and I love this because it's really tiny and neat. I love that. So there'll be, I think there's like 2, 3 and 4. There's 2 in some pattern, 3 in some pattern, you know. So I'll put a selection in my shop and I'll give you the details in a minute. So this is the first fabric. Yes, I dropped them on the floor. And they come in this fabric, all Liberty. I'm going to do some Tilda ones because I have some beautiful Tilda fabric. And this fabric, that's called Poppy and Daisy, that one. This one's Capel. Isn't that pretty? Some of the Capel ones have pink zips and some have natural coloured zips. It's this one. I can't help but love that bird. It's my most used stamp. This one's really pretty too. It's got birds on the Liberty fabric. And this one has stolen my heart. And I'm so tempted to keep one of these. Oh, God, isn't that lovely? I'm thinking, ooh, nice. So I'm going to list them in 2 batches to hopefully make it easier. Well, I hope it does anyway. And they're going to be listed in my shop this Friday, which is the 27th of January. I'm going to list half of them at 11 AM and the other half at 8 PM, and that's GMT time, Greenwich Mean Time. Also, I've put the price up a little bit to what I was charging before because I've actually made them bigger. This is my original size, which was absolutely lovely, but I thought if I made them bigger because I'm going to sell 2 sizes. I'm going to sell the large and medium, but I don't know if I'm going to call them that. But so this is the medium size. This was my small bag, and I thought it seemed a bit daft to have small, medium and large. So if you can see the difference in size, it's quite a bit. So I have put the price up a little bit, and also I think I was underestimating how long they take me. I do put pockets inside as well, which, you know, adds to the time, but I think a project bag with a pocket is, for me, a must. So yeah, the price has gone up a little bit. I just wanted to explain that. I didn't just want to stick it up and everyone go, what? So yes, that's my shop update. So this Friday, the 27th at 11 AM and 8 PM. And I think that's everything I had to talk about. So, oh, I'm happy to get my first podcast out for 2017. That feels good. And it's episode number 10, because I didn't say that in the beginning. Episode number 10. Nice round number. We'll see if I get more prolific in my podcast. I hope so. Well, we'll see. No pressure. Gentle. Yep. So I think that's it. In the outro video, you'll see my lovely yarn swift that Pete bought me, and some walking with Mabel, I think. So anyway, it's really lovely to chat to you. I don't know why I got so nervous, because I always love to chat to you. So anyway, Happy New Year, happy knitting, happy sewing, and I'll see you soon. Bye.